Yo, pana, funde la grasa, nigga.
Feel like the one, feeling it stuck. This ain't no what, that's diamond in the cup. Light on my shoulders, I'm getting them rough. Money don't fold up, I feel like Pac in the tub. Showered in gold chains, knots on me. They got the slices, I stay with the block of cheese. Broccoli pressure, boy cost me 43. Hey, I stay in my lane, don't fuck with no one. Fuck with no one. Whoa. If you mad, hold your horses, I'm still going up. You cannot stop it, just sit back and watch it. I pull up in different whips, yeah, I got options. Don't play with that sneak dissing, boy, you chotters. They see me in person, they wanna talk about it. I feel like I'm, who you feel like? I feel like I'm pocking the tub with the chains on. Whole lot of gold. They want me to turn it down, I gotta stay on. And never go out. We ain't dimming the lights, no. Going out like their bikes. 12 o'clock. Everybody eating over here. Having more than one bite. Only the team get to play. Why? Only the team get to stay. Yeah. Silver spoon where they roll with me. Dogs aggressive like they never ate. Savages. I was too quiet on the other side. Where they at? But I know they ain't plotting. Fuck with me, you die. No, I ain't playing. Telling me what? Don't give a fuck. They gon' talk when you down, they gon' talk when you up. I take what they say, along with the eighth. Kept me a wood, then I burn it up. Pock in the tub, chains on me. Feel like a thug, lot of guns. I got kickback, down your son. Still score when they foul, one. Need mine and some, plus. Spray on my body, rack, plus. Some say I changed, I'm racked up. Hit for the money, fuck who next up. I stay on my 10, ain't no taking me out. Got a blunt in my hand, one in my mouth. Some say I talk cocky, but this ain't no act. Say what I want, I ain't watching my mouth. I feel like I'm pocking it up with the chains on. They want me to turn it down, I gotta stay on. Bright. We ain't dimming the lights, no. Going out like their bikes. 12 o'clock. Everybody eating over here. Having more than one bite. Pick it up. S-class no mud, but it's 20 to 5%. Challenger, demon duck. They type when they talk, no seeing. Big step like a Shaq, shoes on my feet. Know I'm coming. MB, clean lane, I don't need a team. You know how I run it. It's going.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, a.k.a. Mazuma TV, back at y'all with another live, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive day. I'm just chilling at the crib, as you can see, man, back at y'all with some more boxing talk. On the road to 3K. We went into the 2,100 mark, about to hit that mid-2,100 mark, if we haven't already. You see what I'm saying? Let me go check it out. Let me see. Yeah, we almost there. So shout out to the nation and the mob for making this possible, man. The live stream that we did yesterday did over 1K views, man. I'm very appreciative for everybody that came through and showed love to the channel. You know what I'm saying? I was away real quick because I got some pizza in the oven. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't trying to fuck that up. I'm letting that shit cool down right now. And while I chop it up with you motherfuckers, I'm gonna get my grub on. You feel what I mean? But shout out to everybody that's in the building. Play Dome. You know what I mean? Samswell G. Boxing Film, Jordan Sheriff, what up, my brother? Coffee Plant, Glizzy, you know what I'm saying? We definitely in the building. Yo, Play Dome, you got one more time to play with me, bro. You got one more time to play with me, so you know what I mean? Choose wisely. You know what I mean? You've been trolling real heavy on this channel lately. You got one more time to say some stupid shit out your mouth before we get you the fuck up out of here. But shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. You see what I mean? Hit the like button as soon as you come in. You see what I mean? Hit the like button as soon as you come in. Let me make sure the audio is correct. Yeah, because this microphone was giving me a little bit of trouble. I ain't gonna lie to you, so I just want to make sure everything is correct before I step. You feel me? But yeah, man, we're gonna speak about Terence Crawford defeating MADRIMOV. Our overall opinion on that situation. Canelo versus Bud possibly being next, according to Turkey Al-Sheikh. And then we're gonna speak about Shakur and Loma getting into it. And then we're gonna open up the platform to get into some boxing talk. You know what I mean? There's plenty of other things that we could discuss as well. So whoever wants to bring it to the forefront, we could definitely discuss. But shout out to everybody that's in the building. And I understand this is a little bit early, but, you know, I got a free Sunday. You know what I mean? I'm chilling at the crib by myself. I don't got my son today, unfortunately. So, you know what I mean? I figured that, I mean, we just come over here and just chop it up. You know what I mean? On some regular boxing shit. You feel me? Shout out to everybody that's in the building. You know what I mean? One thing that I wanted to say, too, man, I see a lot of people on here, you know, and I'm gonna just keep it 1,000. You feel what I mean? You know, I got people that come on my channel and criticize me all the time. You know what I mean? Criticize me. I mean, they be in the comments talking crazy. You know what I mean? I get groupies from other channels that come over to my channel and want to talk reckless and shit like that. And at this point, bro, I don't even give a fuck. I don't even read the comments, all like that. The most you probably get is like a like from me. And if you part of the nation, I will respond. But for the most part, like outsiders and shit like that, I don't even acknowledge them. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you know, I really don't be caring what people be talking about. You feel what I mean? And for me to dwell on people's comments, bro, that's just a waste of energy. And I'm a busy motherfucker, so I got a lot of shit that I could do with my day, in a productive way. So I'm not about to let that type of shit bring me down. But one thing I do notice, man, is like it's some real shit, bro. Like the internet is not a real place, bro. You feel what I mean? We got people who really be playing these characters online, be playing these characters on the internet and all that good shit. You feel what I mean? And then when you talk to them, when you have a conversation with them, you try to figure out what the fuck going on. You know, them niggas don't even be on that type shit. You feel what I mean? So it's like, bro, I'm not one of them type niggas though, bro. Like I'm not about to be on here talking crazy about you, and then when I see you, I'm shaking your hand and telling you, you know what I mean, it's all good, it's all love, bro. If I got something to say about you on the internet, when I see you, it's actually gonna be that. You feel what I mean? And whatever happens after that, it is what it is. I'm cool. I'm content with whatever happens after that. Whether somebody get hurt, whether it end with a handshake, whether it end with us throwing hands, I don't give a fuck what the situation is, bro. I done been through some real life shit. I done been through some real situations, and what these niggas bring from the internet really don't phase me. You know what I mean? This shit is light in comparison to what I've been through in real life. So I don't even give a fuck to really be. What I'm trying to say is it could go wherever you want it to go. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm heavily protected. I'm heavily protected all around. You know what I mean? Regardless of what city I go to, I am locked down like that. You feel what I mean? That it kind of feel corny even talking about the shit. But I'm just saying, like, the internet not a real place. These niggas really deep don't be on shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we just gonna keep it moving forward, bro. A lot of niggas got shit to say about my channel, bro. Listen, bro. I'm not being backed by no big channel. I'm not being backed by, you know what I mean? Niggas not really pushing my platform all like that. I'm growing my shit organically from the bottom, little by little. I'm not paying for subscribers like a lot of you niggas do. You know what I'm saying? We building. And if I get one subscriber today, then that's just another building block to ultimately where I get to where I want to go. Shout out to Jamil Parker, man. He said, talk to him, Mark. That's a fact, my brother. Shout out to Jamil, man, one of the realest. Now, I'm not giving them a platform. If I was, I'd be mentioning their name. But, you know, I just had like a eye-opening experience yesterday, or running in, chopping it up with somebody who had a lot to say about me. And then when these conversations unfold, you just realize these niggas don't really be on the shit that you think they on. You feel what I mean? So it is what it is, man. So let's get into some boxing topics, man. My boy Lorenzo in the building. Troy Shaw, what up? Yeah, I mean, you know what? Let's get this boy up out of here, man. Let's get him up out of here. Boy, messy as shit. Yeah, like a little bitch. You feel what I mean? But let's talk about the card that had happened yesterday, man. You feel what I mean? I'm actually gonna open up the platform to get people to come through and chop it up with your boy. You see what I mean? I actually gotta go get that pizza for that motherfucker get cold. You feel? I got that pizza chilling on top of the stove. That shit about to be cold. Ah, shit. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man, it was an exciting card last night, man. There was some pros and cons to the card that I want to speak about. You feel what I mean? I do think that there was some things that I would prefer not to see next time. You know what I mean? And it really didn't have anything to do with boxing. You know, but at the same time, because it wasn't about boxing, it kind of irritated me. I seen that they had some like type of intermission, man, where they was giving away a car and all types of shit. That's dope, man. You know what I'm saying? But is it important? Possible fight that we got going on. Oh shit. My boy Jamil in the building. What's going on, my brother?
Yo, what's good with you?
I'm chilling, bro. I'm maintaining. What's going on?
Yeah, them niggas don't be the same guys in real life, yo. I promise you that.
Say that again?
I said them dudes, they don't be the same in real life, yo.
Nah, bro.
They
Yeah.
be
I really realized that.
yo, they talk crazy online, like all this A1 killer shit. Oh, that's crazy feedback. Wait, I'm gonna come back out and come in.
All right.
Pause.
Oh no, that's crazy. For all that, I'm about to just take this microphone off. Hold up. Let's switch this up. We ain't about to be doing that. See, this is why I had trouble with the motherfucking. This is why I had trouble with the motherfucking. Yeah, we ain't doing none of that. Yo. Yeah, we ain't doing none of that. We ain't dealing with none of that, y'all. Nah, I definitely ain't underwater, my brother. We good. No, we definitely good. Yeah. Y'all hear me now though, right? Y'all hear me now though, right? Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I've been struggling with that microphone for a hot ass minute, bro. Let me see. Yo. All right, yeah, we good. Yo, Mill.
You
Yeah,
straight?
we good. Yeah, we good, bro. That microphone been giving me trouble, bro. I guess that's what happens when you buy shit off Temu and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or bullshit like that.
Yeah, I see Karma in here hating, yo. Me and Karma gonna rumble. Next time she come to a fight, it's on, man. She
Oh
been
shit,
giving me problems.
we got
She been
we
giving
got
me problems online for years, yo.
yeah, Karma be talking crazy. I don't
Crazy, yo.
really understand what she be on, bro. Yeah, we definitely gonna run into her though, for sure. If she be going to the fights and shit like that. But I got 2 super chats. Shout out to the boy Lorenzo. He said the trolls can't stop the movement, brother. That's a fact, man. Thank you for supporting the channel. Then we got Karma on here. She said, "Happy Sunday, Mark. Hope you're having a great day." Likewise. I haven't seen Karma on here in a little minute, man. It's good to see her around, but she definitely do be talking crazy on here. Yeah, you can't say nothing about Anthony Joshua.
Nope.
None of that.
If you say Joshua gonna lose a fight, oh she on your ass, yo.
Yo, and her subscribers, bro. Her subscribers, bro, they all hate me, bro. They all hate me. And I only been on her live one time. They're like, yo, who this one nigga, like, who this light-skinned nigga? Who this? I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, damn. I didn't know it was that serious. Shit really be crazy on here, bro. Every channel that I go on to like talk boxing, they
Yeah.
come in crazy.
Yeah, that's cool though. We're gonna put a price on Karma head. We know what she look like. So we see her at any fights, it's up, man.
He talking some street shit. You gonna put a bag on her head?
Put a bag on her head, man.
Damn.
I should pull up to Joshua fight in September and just heckle him, but be on live so Karma can see it.
Damn. Where he fighting at?
He fighting in London, man.
Ah, shit. Oh yeah, he fighting Dubai. Yeah, that makes sense. Carmen not gonna be over there. She don't fuck with AJ that much. She ain't gonna take no trip to no London.
I don't know. I know she got money, so she made, yo.
Oh shit, she sent a $20 super chat. Shit, she definitely got some money to throw away.
Oh yeah, yo. Mm-hmm. You know the women got all the corporate jobs, so yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see somebody supervisor, like the head of HR or some shit.
So what you think about the fights last night, Mil? What was your overall thoughts on it?
Yo, honestly, like all of the so-called A sides underperformed, except for like Andy Cruz. That was it.
Andy Cruz is phenomenal, man.
You know, I'm real big on David Morel, right? Jumping up from 175, you can see the difference in him, you know, punching on 168s as opposed to him, you know, in there with a real 75. The dude was able to take the shots. And he looked, I ain't gonna say he looked underwhelming, but it's definitely gonna be some growing pains at that weight. Jared Anderson got stopped. I predicted that. I didn't like that fight, bro.
I was real uncomfortable. I was like, yo, this is a bad fight for Jared, man. It was a bad fight for him. I don't think he had any business fighting him this soon.
Nah, not at all.
The size difference, and I didn't really watch Bacoli before this fight, but I started studying him. I'm just picking up to see what type of fighter he is. I'm like, yo, this dude is strong as fuck. I said, yo, Jared cannot allow this man to set his feet. If he set his feet, he's gonna be in trouble. And like Jared, man, like he just and I'm peeping the defensive flaws, him getting like clipped in the Charles Martin fight. I'm like, yo, he got to avoid that. But this dude a totally different monster from Charles Martin. And you know, he just stood, he was staying in the pocket way too long. And you know what was crazy about Boli, bro? He wasn't even turning the shots over. Those was like arm punches, bro. And he was hurting Jared every time, bro. Shit was crazy.
I think he's just a bull that's just like naturally strong. Like, all right, so he's deceptively fast.
He do got hand speed too. That lead right hand he was definitely launching that joint.
I knew that Jared was in trouble when Jared was kind of like standing on the line and he was trying to slip the shots in the pocket, but he was on the line the whole time. And when he was trying to establish like the body work, the stabs and the straights to the body, I knew he was in trouble when Boli wasn't flinching. If you hit somebody with a flush, you a heavyweight. You hit somebody with a flush body shot and they don't even look bothered. Yeah. Bull looked like Lord M'Baku from fucking Black Panther. Like shit was crazy. Yo.
Nah, bro. The side. I got concerned. I got concerned at the face-off. Like seeing how much bigger he was than him and shit like that. I was like, yo, I don't ever recall Jared ever fighting somebody that much bigger than him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. I had made a prediction video, but the shit ain't even post up. But I was saying how, like, you know, I was rooting for Jared, but I thought shit was gonna get dark for him. So yeah, that's exactly what happened. But what did you think about Andy Ruiz versus Gerald Miller?
Going into it, I was thinking whoever got tired first was going to lose.
Right.
Because of that kind of fight. Like both guys are really, really active punchers. Even though Big Baby hasn't been active like the last couple of years, but historically, it's been guys that throw a lot of shots, but guys who have struggled with weight and staying in shape. So I just figured like, yo, whichever one would gas out, that'll be the dude that lose. I felt like Big Baby won the fight. I feel like he dictated the tempo and the way that the fight was fought. Like when you ever see Andy Ruiz back up all night long and box off the back foot? Never. And I was saying that while I was on live. I'm like, because at first, the first couple rounds, they was like trying to battle to be like the person on the front foot. They was constantly pushing each other, and Andy was trying to push him back. But, you know, I just think that Gerald Miller being the bigger man, you know what I'm saying? I think that, like, I think that Andy submitted to the idea of just going backwards. He's like, all right, push this man back, so I'm going to just fight on the back foot. And you could just see that he was uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? He was uncomfortable with going backwards. Andy is accustomed to being a smaller guy, stepping forward and letting his hands go. And I think what really played like at Gerald Miller's favor was the body shots, man. Those were some big body shots that Andy Ruiz was taking. And I thought that like and during the fifth round, I noticed that Andy Ruiz was showing signs of fatigue, you know, breathing out the mouth and all types of stuff like that. And you know, you could contribute that to inactivity or whatever the case is, but you know, it was kind of downhill from there, in my opinion, on Andy Ruiz's part. I thought that, like you said, he dictated the tempo. I thought he was more active. I thought he had more moments throughout the mid to later rounds than Andy. And I really had it. I thought the first judge had it right. 116, 112. You feel what I'm saying? I only gave like Andy like 1 to 2 rounds.
See?
After from 6 on.
Yeah.
Like he got dominated the second half of the fight. And so yeah, I felt like Big Baby, even though he got the draw in everybody's mind, Big Baby won. So now his stock is up. Salute to Bozy and his trainer. I forget his last name. But they did a great job. They did a great game plan and great adjustments during the fight.
Oh yeah, for sure. I didn't even know that Gerald Miller was at Philly's next champ. I don't know if he was playing it low key. I don't know what he was doing, but like then I saw him post a video. I'm like, oh shit, he rocking with Bozy and them. I didn't even know that was going on, but that was dope to see. And then I actually seen him working with boots on the pads and shit like that. So yeah, that was a good move for Gerald Miller, man. And you could tell that he was real disappointed, man. That it kind of hurt to see that. You know what I mean? To see him, like, just like Oshaki Foster with Konsei Sao, like, just to see their reactions when they know they won the fight and they put hella work in, and then for them not to get the results that they earned, that shit sucks. So Andy Ruiz pulled out the hand injury or whatever the situation was. He said he hurt it in the 5th round. He wants a rematch, blah, blah, blah. Do you think that a rematch will actually come from this, or you think they'll just go their own ways and find different fights?
They're actually friends, so yeah, I do think a rematch will come from. It was a good fight to watch. Like, you know how you get into these heavyweight fights that it's just like dreadful. No, it's a good, like, bro. That's a main event. You can main event that on a prime, not a pay-per-view, John, but like on a regular DAZN card. Like, yeah, I would watch that. I would go to that.
Me too. I thought that was. I knew from the rip that stylistically it'll be an intriguing fight. You know what I mean? So, and it actually was a pretty good fight. Do you think that Andy Ruiz's inactivity played a part at all?
Of course. I think anytime you out of the ring for more than like 8-9 months is going to play a role, along with just him being in there with a guy that fights similar to him. I think Ruiz is a little bit more sharper puncher, but the reality is they're both going to come forward. They're both going to throw a lot of shots, but one is significantly bigger than the other. And so, yeah.
Yeah, so that was a pretty good fight. You know what I mean? Before I get into the other fights, what did you think about, Riyadh Season's event overall? Because I feel like it was more of an event more than anything. They definitely was like mixing little shit in there. Do you feel like it was unnecessary, or was it like, hey, man, it's a show. It is what it is. You know what I mean? We just going with the flow.
Well, first, let me say this for the people watching. Karma's been a supporter of mine for years. She talks her shit, and I welcome it. I fucks with Karma heavy, even though I'm probably going to dish rag her when I see her in person, though. But that's for clarity purposes. But yeah, I fucks with her heavy. And I'm sure the people in the chat are going to agree with this. Some things are too much. Like, I understand that was supposed to be like a Super Bowl for boxing, but the Eminem, the 30-minute concert, bro, come on, y'all. Come on.
Yeah,
like,
man.
I was cooked.
It was late, bro. It was late.
He has to understand that there are people watching at home that live in other places.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, it was like 1 a.m. when this shit came on. It was like,
it was like 120 something, bro. I'm tired of shit watching Bud fight.
Like, Mark, you smack dab in the middle of your prime, so you got it in you. Like, us old heads, nah, bro. After like 12, 15 wings and fries, nah, I'm cooked, yo.
Nah, bro, I was on the road for 6 hours, bro. I was on the road for 6 hours before that. I was beat just like you, bro. So that shit was like, I had to drive an hour to grab my fighter, then drive another 2 hours to Harrisburg, then go do the same shit going back. So I was on the road for 6 hours, bro. That shit, I was cooked, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, giving away the car and shit like that, and the performance, and then the national anthems. I was like, oh my God, bro.
I ain't even lie that the fights were competitive, though. Like, the fights were good, but it was just like the extra stuff that just came along with it. And I feel like that comes with experience. I feel like Turkey will make some adjustments, hearing exactly how people feel about the events. But overall, outside of it just being late, I was happy with the boxing because I got really, really competitive fights, man.
Yes. Shout out to Singh with the $5 super chat. He says, how do y'all think Boots would do against MADRIMOV? Go ahead, Mel.
Cooking. And it's not that MADRIMOV isn't a good fighter, but with the Uzbeks, right? They have this, I call it double Dutch rhythm, right? They always look like they're. If anybody ever watched Double Dutch, the girls are like doing that, half step in, half step out, waiting to jump in the ropes, and that's how they fight. One of the things that Crawford did is he turned southpaw to take away MADRIMOV's stab to the body. He starts everything with a stab, like that's his punch. Mm-hmm. Everything's off of the stab, right? and he was trying to look for the stab and then the crackdown, Mark. But once Crawford switched southpaw and then kept every time he looked like he wanted to stab, was catching him with the check hook coming in, so he couldn't even establish that punch, right? And it was a whole bunch of MADRIMOV trying to do foot feints, trying to get a way in.
Yeah.
With Boots being a younger, stronger fighter, and the Uzbeks not really having much inside fighting game. They like that. They like the mid range. I think Boots will take away the long and mid range, and then take him to the trenches and stop it.
That's a good analysis, but I think Boots will dominate it from the outside too. Boots
No. I think he'll still get dominated from the outside, but I think Boots will realize that he doesn't have inside fighting. I think Boots is the quicker, sharper fighter on the outside, and he'll realize, that he'll be a fish out of water in that spear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a fact. That's pretty good. I agree with that 1,000%. There was somebody else. Somebody said something. Somebody else said. But regardless, all right. So we spoke about Bud and MADRIMOV. You know what I mean, just a little bit. But prior to that, it was Rayo Venezuela versus Isaac Cruz. Now, looking at that fight, man, I was under the impression that Rayo Venezuela was going to approach the fight similar to how he did with Edwin De Los Santos. That's just being himself, coming forward, trying to land his big shots. You know what I mean? Not really prioritizing boxing first. He definitely caught me off guard with that. You know what I'm saying? He had a beautiful game plan. Him, Robert Garcia, and his other trainers, they definitely whipped up something real good. But it was simple at the same time. You see what I'm saying? And the whole idea was to just keep that jab in his face. You know what I mean? Keep him at the end of his punches. And whenever Isaac would try to, walk him to the ropes and get him real close, he'll either tie him up or he'll turn him and just continue boxing him. Some of the things that I noticed with Rayo, he took some solid shots from Pitbull, but he absorbed the shots pretty well. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people were skeptical about his chin going into this fight due to being hurt by Edwin De Los Santos. But at the same time, Edwin De Los Santos is a big puncher, bro. So there's only so many punches you're going to take from that man clean before you start feeling the effect of it. You know what I'm saying? You could probably make a case that Edwin De Los Santos is a bigger puncher than Isaac. You know what I'm saying? So going into that, he absorbed the shots real well. You know what I mean? I don't know if you could just contribute that to, just him having some type of durability or the extra 5 pounds. But regardless, he's still focused. That's what I like. He didn't abandon his game plan after he got caught clean. He still focused, kept boxing. And I thought it was a great performance, you know what I mean, from Rayo. And that was another upset, you know what I mean, in my opinion, that had taken place. The Martin Bacoli John. It wasn't really an upset, in my opinion, the Bacoli John, because I thought it was that close of a fight. But, considering that, Jared Anderson was a slight favorite in the odds or whatever. I mean, that was the second upset of the night. So I thought it was a great performance from Rayo. And, Rayo might get a huge opportunity coming up soon because of this. What did you think about it?
I didn't expect Rayo's chin to hold up. I knew he was the more talented fighter. I knew he was the more complete fighter. But I had questions about when Cruz throws those overhands, as we saw in the Edwin De Los Santos fight. Rayo fights with a chin in the air and gets greedy in exchanges. Mm-hmm. So around round 5, round 6, in my mind, I'm like, yo, if Cruz don't catch him, shit. And he was turning with the shots, which is a sign of maturity from Rayo. Before, early in his career, he wasn't. But yeah, I feel like that was a virtuoso performance. Rayo's always been one of the talented young fighters in that division, but never really put it all together. He put it all together Saturday, and he looked good. Now, do I think the 5 extra pounds helped? Yeah, I do. Do I think he can compete with the top guys at 140 pounds? No, I don't. I think that those guys might be a little bit too big for Rayo. Your Matias's, your not necessarily Teo might not be big for Rayo, but your Matias's, your Devs, your Hitchens, guys like that, guys who are natural 40 pounders. I think they'll give Ryo problems. But 35's moving up. I can see Ryo doing some shit.
Yeah, and it seems like a lot of the 35s are looking to move up now because from what I'm hearing, well, something I saw on Twitter, it could be cap, it could be facts. Edwin De Los Santos acting like he want that rematch now that Ryo got something. Shit, so.
Yo, my man NK said something that I wanted to address. He felt like Boots would have a tough time with Madrimov. What dudes got to understand is that the things, like, people just look at resumes when they look at boxing, right? Oh, because, you know, this guy did this or this guy did that historically, then he'll give a guy a tougher fight than another guy. That's not how boxing works, right? So
right.
one of the things when comparing Boots and Bud, respectfully, is Bud was a big 35. Boots is a big 47. To whereas though where Crawford may not have the physicality of a 154 pounder, Boots does. Boots is going to be a better, stronger fighter at 154 pounds. To whereas though his shots, there was some times where Crawford stung Madrimov with some shots. Those same shots, Boots put Madrimov down just because he's the naturally bigger man. Size does matter in boxing. Skills matter, but size does as well. The good big man, 9 times out of 10, is going to beat the good little man. And so with Boots being 10 years younger, being a bigger man, both having the same similar skill sets, high IQs, I got Boots, you know, tearing Madrimov the fuck up. And not saying Madrimov's not a good fighter, but stylistically, that shit ain't gonna work on him.
I agree 1,000%. I got another super chat. Shout out to the boy Jay Cash. He said, "We showing love today, brother. We got to keep this boxing shit. We got to keep this shit boxing." Even the commentators from there, start with the card, was talking a lot of non-boxing nonsense. Mine's performance aside. That was something else that I wanted to bring up with you, Milk. I know you're gonna keep it real on here. What did you think about like the DAZN commentary, man? I wasn't listening to it the whole time because, like I said, I was on live just commentating and talking to the people while I was watching simultaneously. I started noticing them trying to paint a picture with the Andy. It started with the Andy Ruiz fight for me, from what I started noticing. And they're trying to give us the impression that Gerald Miller is the aggressor, but he's not being effective. And they had said that around the mid rounds. And I'm like, yo, what? Like, am I tripping? Like, I know I'm seeing Gerald Miller having success in here. I see him being effective, but they're playing it as if, you know, Gerald Miller is being outboxed, or like, you know, he's coming forward, he's being aggressive, but you know, he's not doing enough. When I seen him doing enough to win these rounds, then going into the Terence Crawford fight, I seen Chris Mannix have like a scorecard. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I seen like going into the 6th round, MADRIMOV was up 4-1, and like Sean Porter was like telling him like, yo, like he didn't say it like that, but he was pretty much telling like, y'all bugging. Like, I don't know what y'all seeing, but this is what I'm seeing. And he even said, yo, the scorecards are gonna be wide and y'all gonna be mad. You feel what I'm saying? So what did you think about the overall commentary from DAZN, man? Because I feel like they definitely I don't know if they're told to push these narratives. I don't know exactly how it goes, but they definitely seem to paint pictures that they're the only ones that see it. You know what I mean? They're the only ones that see this picture that's being painted. What do you think about that?
Commentary was ass, right? They like, no, I'm not on my shit, so I'm not gonna be diplomatic, right? So the shit was awful because they trying to convince people that this is a closer fight than it is. It's like, bro, that shit wasn't close. Like, everybody, oh, it was a robbery. No, the fuck it wasn't. It was Crawford 8 rounds to 4 clean. Like, it like at no point did Madrimov dictate the pace of that fight. That fight was done at a pace that Terence Crawford wanted it done. Now, did Madrimov have some success here and there in certain pockets? Yeah. Did I give Madrimov rounds? Yeah. But he was never in control of that fight. Like, no, fuck that. Like, we just because he's a matchroom fighter, you're not gonna pull the wool over my eyes. No, it wasn't a robbery. It wasn't that close. Was it competitive? Yeah. But was Crawford at any point in jeopardy of losing? Fuck no.
at all. And you know, and you speaking about pulling the wool over your eyes, bro. They do that successfully with a lot of people, bro. They do it with a lot of people because then they come on my channel and they copy and paste exactly what they say. And I'm like, bro, y'all watching it like with y'all own eyes, or y'all just listening to these commentators and just, you know what I mean, trying to visualize what they see. You see what I'm saying? That shit's crazy, bro.
Yo, if you let them, remember, this is promotion. They're promoters. They're trying to promote their fighters and their brand, right? So they're going to try to make their guys look as good as possible.
Of course.
MADRIMOV, no, he wasn't going to beat Terence Crawford that night, right? And do I think MADRIMOV's a solid fighter? Yeah, I do think MADRIMOV's a solid fighter. Is he A-level? No, he's not. And you're not going to convince me because Terence Crawford was coming off of a year layoff. Now, do I think Terence Crawford is starting to slip? Yeah, but he's fucking 36, 37 years old. This is bound to happen. Only his deep, hardcore fans felt like he would just be in his prime till his 40s. Only his deep, hardcore fans felt like he would go to 168 and stop Canelo Alvarez. Y'all motherfuckers was out of y'all fucking mind. Like, there's weight classes for a reason, right? He's a great aging fighter. And he's still great enough to beat a young quality fighter like MADRIMOV. But with each performance and each layoff, like, you were going to see Crawford slowly decline. If not, a drastic drop off, which I don't think that he has bad habits like that to like fall off of a cliff. But yeah. But no, Terence Crawford wasn't going to lose that fucking fight. These niggas is crazy.
Yeah, I agree with you 1,000%. We've been seeing eye to eye on everything we've been talking about. So what? And you saying that you seeing him slip just a little bit. What did you see in Terence Crawford in this performance that made you think that he was slipping a little bit? Was it the defense?
Yeah, all right. So his hand speed's still there, right? Yeah. Still a fast fighter, but his reaction time to the punches, right? So heading into this fight, right, the narrative was that Crawford's fans and Crawford's trainer said Jaron Ennis gets hit too much, right?
That's what right?
Jaron Ennis is reckless. He gets hit too much for Terence Crawford to win that fight or to be ready, right? Mm-hmm. Terence Crawford was being defensively responsible in that fight.
And was still getting
real tight guard, right? Tight guard, and trying to catch the shots and counter over the shots. He got hit with 3 straight rights, being defensively responsible. Mm-hmm. The shots came too quick for him, and it was from an awkward rhythm to where he didn't even telegraph the shot. He just threw it, and it got through 3 straight times within like the span of like 10 seconds, right? Yeah. Jaron Ennis was getting hit, being defensively irresponsible, pressing the fight, trying to get the guy out of there. If y'all don't understand the difference, I'm not going to explain it to you. But that just shows the fact that Crawford is starting to get long in the tooth to whereas though some of the things are still there and still sharp, but you are going to start to see some things diminish. And the first thing that diminish is normally speed and reflexes with an older fighter. Like, even the old men still be having a hand speed, but as far as like getting out of the way of a punch, some shit that they would have slipped 2 years ago, 5 years ago, it catches them now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, they brain will tell them that it's coming, but their body won't respond. That's just what comes with age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, definitely. That was the one thing that I noticed because his legs look cool. The hand speed was there. He's punching in combinations. I thought that all looked well. I thought it was a pretty solid, 154 debut. But I did notice that, it was a little bit of a obstacle to get past those lead right hands that MADRIMOV was throwing. And it could have been because of like the rhythm that MADRIMOV was fighting at, where he wasn't telegraphing it, and it was just hard to pick up on. But age definitely plays a part in that as well. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's definitely facts. So, so now we gonna go to Gervonta Davis. No, as a matter of fact, you know what I mean? How much time you got, Mil? You good?
I got like 5 more minutes. I'm getting ready. I'm about to go see Deadpool.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I just finished watching the part 2, so I'm gonna definitely go watch that one too. But did you what did you think of Loma and Shakur getting into it at the fights? There was a lot of people rumbling at getting into it at the fights. I seen Keyshawn and the Vargas Emiliano, they pushing each other in the crowd. Caleb Plant swinging on somebody in the crowd, and then Shakur and Loma getting into it at the fight as well. What did you think about Shakur and Loma's exchange?
Everybody's getting on Shakur, but we got to keep it a bean, bro. Loma's fraud. Like, I criticize Shakur when needed, right?
Yep.
But we got to call it spade a spade. So it's a surprise Shakur that Shakur. It's a surprise to Loma that Shakur wants that fight. It's a surprise to Loma that Shakur's been calling for that fight. No. But now you want to fight me here right now when you could have fought me for millions? Come on, bro. Stop it. Oh, I fight you right now. No, come on. Bro, stop. Stop, yo. You know I've been trying to fight you, right? Egas Clemus knows it. Bob Arum knows it, right? You've been consistently choosing other routes. So pardon me if I don't believe what you're saying now, bro. You wouldn't fight me for millions, but right now you'll fight me for free?
How the fuck that makes sense?
Like, I ain't saying Loma's scared or nothing like that. I think it's the business of boxing that's keeping it like that. But the reality is, bro, you sitting there behind the security guard. No, I don't think Loma's a bitch or anything like that. I'm just saying right then and there, that was a fraud-ass moment. Like, bro, stop.
And listen, and Loma a grown-ass man, so he could do whatever he want to do, right? But I found it interesting that, you know what I mean? The reasoning behind why he decided to step away from the Gervonta Davis negotiations, he seemed like he ain't want nothing to do with boxing. He just want to spend time with his family. He's not ready to get back in the gym until the end of this year, so he probably not going to come back to 2025. But then you showing up to boxing events. And, like, am I tripping? Like, am I tripping for that? Like, you can do whatever you want. If you want to go to a fight, cool, but it just sounds like you burnt out from boxing, yet you want to show up to events when – bro, I don't be understanding that shit, bro. Like, if you're not fucking with boxing all like that, bro, just stay away altogether. Like, if boxing that much of a problem, and other people are going to be there that's probably going to want to, say something to you. I don't know, bro.
It's not a good look that you pull out of negotiations. Like, Shakur's wanted to fight. Bob didn't make the fight. You pull out of negotiations with Tank. And not him going to the fight, because that could be a form of relaxation. I mean, we like boxing. They probably like to watch boxing. You know what I mean? So yeah. I can't say that. But what I can say is, stop acting like these young boys don't want to smoke with you when you know they do. And you the reason why it's not happening right now. Right? Tank, it didn't happen before because of Tank and Tank's team. That's a viable criticism.
Yeah.
But Loma versus Shakur isn't happening because of Loma and his team. Let's keep it a bean.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But I got to hop off, bro. I appreciate you. I love what you're doing, man. Anytime you want to collab, let me know, yo. We can do lives together.
I'm open to that, man. You already know you got my number. We can get it popping for sure. I appreciate you coming through and showing love, man. Thank you.
All right, kid.
All right, bro. Holla at you. Shout out to Jamil Parker over at YSM Sports Media, man. One of the coolest, laid-back, realest dudes that I've ever met in the boxing world, man. Shout out to him. I'm going to open up the platform to see if anybody else want to come through and chop it up with your boy. We got 31 people in the building. I appreciate everybody that's been coming through and showing love. Boxing Film says, check Tank's tweet. Okay, so Tank is out here tweeting again. Let's see what he's talking about. What he say? He said, what did he say? I didn't see him say anything unless he deleted it. But regardless, we're not here to really talk about Tank too much, man. We pretty much covered, the majority of topics with YSM, man. Shout out to him for coming through and showing love. You feel what I mean? We spoke about Terence Crawford defeating MADRIMOV. Yeah, I mean, we spoke a little bit about Canelo and Bud next. Let's get, you know what, let's touch up on that a little bit more, man, because obviously that's something that's going to be relevant within the next few months. And Turki Al-Sheikh says that, you know, Canelo comes out successful against Berlanga, then he's going to be shooting an offer Canelo's way. It's going to be a substantial amount of money. And as long as Canelo Alvarez doesn't outprice himself, he will be making that fight happen for Terence Crawford. Now, this is one of the criticisms that I got of Turki Al-Sheikh, man. I understand he's putting out a shit ton of money. He's making some great fights happen. That event last night was absolutely sensational. A lot of great competitive fights. However, there is a few fights that happen to be the biggest in boxing that Turki Al-Sheikh isn't really encouraging, and I don't really know why. You see what I mean? And one of them is the Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez fight. I know Canelo Alvarez is saying he won $200 million for the fight, but that could be him easily just bluffing and just talking shit to the media. You know what I mean? I'm not understanding of why Turki Al-Sheikh would rather give that opportunity to Terence Crawford when Terence Crawford, you know, just had his debut at 154 pounds and will have to move up an additional 14 pounds to face Canelo Alvarez. And that in itself will put Terence Crawford in a real challenging situation. That's going to be an uphill battle. And Terence Crawford told you when they first started talking about the possibility of him fighting Canelo Alvarez that weight classes matter. And if you look back to the old interviews, Terence Crawford said that he wouldn't really encourage that fight because weight classes matter, blah, blah, blah. Something happened within Terence Crawford's mental where if he was like, yeah, I'll fight Canelo Alvarez, but it'll have to be like at 160. Then when Canelo said, I'm not going down to 160, he said, all right, well, I'll go up to 68. So a whole lot of switching up on Bud's part. But one thing that Bud said that remains true and has been shown time and time again is that the great big man, which is Canelo Alvarez, has a strong likelihood of defeating the great little man. Size does matter. You see what I mean? We've seen it happen time and time again. Jermell Charlo, great fighter at 154 pounds. And this is a man who was a full-fledged 154, not Bud, who just came into the division and came as low as 135. He is a full-fledged 154-pounder. He moved up 2 weight classes and cannot take the brute strength, power, overall size advantage of Canelo Alvarez. You see what I mean? So you mean to tell me Terence Crawford, who only has one fight at 154 and was feeling the size difference in strength in MADRIMOV, we're not going to sit here and act like we did not see that. You see what I mean? Did Bud win that fight convincingly? Yes. But was this a motherfucker that Bud was he attempting to walk through MADRIMOV? Yes. But could he? No. MADRIMOV broke Terence Crawford's 8-year streak of getting knockouts. And it wasn't for no reason. He felt MADRIMOV's strength. You know what I mean? Terence Crawford was not pushing that man around in the clinch or anything like that. You mean to tell me that, you know, he might be, you know, meeting his match in terms of physical strength with a 154, but then he's going to go up to 168 and still have the punch resistance necessary to stand up to Canelo Alvarez's punches. He's going to have his feet underneath him. He's going to be able to have the power to hurt Canelo Alvarez. How the fuck is he going to have the power to hurt Canelo Alvarez? When Canelo Alvarez been hit by light heavyweights and have not gone anywhere. Dimitri Bivol was punching on Canelo Alvarez, and Canelo Alvarez still made it through the fight. He done got hit by a prime Gennady Golovkin. Did not go anywhere. Got hit with some flush shit too. Eyes cut, all types of shit. Didn't go anywhere. Didn't even see him wobble. And you mean to tell me a guy that only has one fight at 154 pounds and couldn't stop MADRIMOV is going to go up and hurt Canelo Alvarez? I don't see that happening, bro. It wasn't, no, Anonymous, no, it wasn't really like they were rarely in the clinch. For the most part, it was a mid-range type fight. But there were some situations where they got, you know, like clinched up together. And, you know, Terence Crawford usually push somebody off and things like that. He wasn't really getting too physical is what I was trying to say. You feel what I mean? They didn't really clinch up all like that. It wasn't really an inside fight at all. But there were times where, you know, they got like a little, you know, caught up, you know, clinched up. And I didn't see Terence Crawford really, you know, push him off or look like he was significantly stronger or anything like that. You feel what I mean? Because usually when people are in the clinch and you could turn somebody and put them against the ropes, you could see that that person is a pretty strong dude. We did not see that with Terence Crawford. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, the last time we seen Canelo visibly hurt was Jose Miguel Cotto, and that was back when Canelo was a baby. He was in his early 20s. Since then, we have not seen this man rattled visibly or anything like that. You feel what I mean? So Turkey Al-Sheikh is going to do that deal. If the fight happens, cool. But, you know, I think that's just going to put it's going to put Terence Crawford in a bad situation inside and outside of the ring. And this is what I mean. And I hate that Canelo Alvarez is going to be put in this position because they understand that if Canelo Alvarez defeats Terence Crawford, he's just going to absorb all of Terence Crawford's accolades and make his resume look great. You feel what I mean? And I don't even want to put Terence Crawford in that position where, you know, one of the last fights of his career, you know what I mean, he comes up with a loss against a man who was 2 weight classes bigger than him. You know what I mean? We don't want to see that, man. Let me see exactly what they talking about on here. DOG215 says, any undefeated American fighter should stay away from Turkey. He's out there to tarnish their legacy through the greed of getting the bag. Okay. I never really heard that opinion before. I still got to see exactly what Turkey Al-Sheikh's intentions is moving forward. Then I'll be able to assess that. But as of right now, it seems like Turkey is really backing Terence Crawford. You know what I mean? It seems like he really supports Terence Crawford. He wants to put him in the best position possible. Terence Crawford said he's looking for the bag. What bigger bag can he get than Canelo Alvarez? Turkey Al-Sheikh is just, I think he's just giving him what he wants. You feel what I mean? He said Canelo a real nigga if he says he don't want to fight Crawford because of size. Well, you know, Canelo Alvarez has said a lot of shit and still fought people. He said that he'll never fight a Mexican, and his last fight was against a Mexican. So, you know, Canelo Alvarez will say certain shit but then do another. So I don't really listen to what Canelo Alvarez says. I just listen to his actions. I just watch his actions. You know what I mean? No, I ain't mad. I'm not mad at Turkey for making big and competitive fights at all. That's what I want to see as a boxing fan. I was genuinely excited to sit back and watch these fights happen. You feel what I mean? I love the Martin Piccoli and Jared Anderson fight. Rayo and Pitbull loved the fight. Gerald Miller versus Andy Ruiz. I thought that was an exciting matchup. I really enjoyed that thoroughly. What else? What other fights that was on there? Andy Cruz and shit. He completely dominated Antonio Moran as he should. Looked super sharp in there. Looked like he finally sitting down on his punches. You know what I mean? He's walking away from that amateur style and is settling in to the professional style. You got to thank Bozy Ennis for that, man. He is doing a sensational job with Andy Cruz, and I'm excited for the lightweight division even more that Andy Cruz is in it. You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. I'm not mad at Turkey Al-Sheikh for that at all. I hope Turkey continuously does this. He says that he has something coming up in October. Dimitri Bivol and Archer Beterbiev. I'm loving that fight. I'm really looking forward for that. I'm really looking forward to that. I want to see who can become light heavyweight king, you know, have all 4 belts. And then I want to see David Benavidez get in the mix with them as well. I hope David Benavidez takes another fight at light heavyweight prior to that. You know what I mean? Just to get fully acclimated to the weight and start getting settled in against those bigger guys. You know, David Morel just got the WBA regular, you know, at light heavyweight against Hot Rod. It was a tough fight for him, but he was able to get through the rounds, you know what I mean? And you know, just get more experience. You know what I mean? That was his 11th professional fight. And that was exactly what he needed because at 168, he was just steamrolling everybody. 175, they bigger dudes. You know what I mean? They hit harder and they're able to absorb a bigger shot. So now David Morel has to find different ways to get these stoppages against bigger, you know, men. You feel what I mean? So I'm looking forward to that as well. He said, El Rayo was looking like Max Snell Whitaker last night. No, yo, listen, man. Rayo put on a sensational performance. It was a great display of boxing. And I ain't going to lie to you. I knew he was more skilled than Pitbull. You know, a lot of guys are more skilled than Pitbull. No disrespect, but, you know, Pitbull is a one-dimensional fighter. You know, he only, you know, goes about things one way and one way only. But for Rayo to stay that disciplined to his game plan, you know, staying focused, you know, absorbing shots pretty well and just staying on top of his game plan, not abandoning his game plan, takes a certain level of focus to do that. Takes a certain level of maturity, like YSM said, to, you know, stay focused even when you get hit with a big shot. You know, he earned that. He earned that. You feel what I mean? So it was a great performance from Rayo. I think he had the most clean performance of the night. You know, besides Bacoli getting the knockout over Jared Anderson, like full performance, like thorough performance, Rayo definitely caught my eye the most. You feel what I mean? Shout out to my boy Anonymous. He said Morel needs to get more creative with his offense, loading and throwing bombs. They're going to get the job done all the time. Yeah, he got accustomed to that at super middleweight. If you feel what I mean, I watched this fight with Calvin Henderson. He steamrolled Calvin Henderson. You know, that was that one dude that he almost sent to the morgue. You know, that was just what he was accustomed to because it was working for him at that moment. But, you know, he got a little wake-up call. You know what I mean? Not the most humbling experience, but he got a little wake-up call like, yeah, man, like that shit that worked at 68, that shit not working at 75. So, you know what I mean? He definitely got to dig into his bag of tricks, and he needs to make some adjustments, you know what I mean? And not just loading up on one big shot, you know, looking for that home run, you know, kill shot and shit like that. He's going to have to set it up. He's going to have to be more crafty. He's going to have to use his brain more. And, you know, I think David Morel's power will translate to light heavyweight. He just got to be more smarter with the way he sets up his punches. You feel what I mean? Glizzy said, do you think David stays at 175? Absolutely. And the reason why I believe that, even though at one point in time I was thinking he was going to go back down to 68, what made me think he's staying at 75 was he gave up, you know, his position in the WBC rankings at 168. You feel what I mean? So with that being known, I think he's just going to stay at 175. And, you know, he's moving past the Canelo Alvarez fight, which is unfortunate, but I can't really blame him because Canelo doesn't want to give him an opportunity. And he's not going to cut his career short or hold his career back just hoping and praying that Canelo Alvarez changes his mind. No, fuck that. Stay your ass at 175. You know, get acclimated to the weight division. You young, your body will fill in due time. And go ahead and try to get that smoke with Better Be Even Bivol. You know what I'm saying? You got history with Bivol. You said that you had some successful sparring sessions with Bivol. So allow that to be your confidence moving forward. You know what I mean? You can be the next top light heavyweight. And prepare for the big fight that's on the way because I already know what Turkey Al-Ashik is thinking just based off of his previous interviews. You know, he's not really focused on Benavidez fighting Canelo. He wants to save that for Bud, but he would love Benavidez to be the next up-and-coming guy to take on the winner of Bivol and Better Beef. You feel what I'm saying? So he's definitely done with super middleweight for sure. You feel me? Boxing Film says, so you think Tank and Pitt is over? I mean, I don't know within the next few years, something maybe might pop up, but as of right now, absolutely. It makes absolutely no sense for Tank to rematch, you know, Pitbull Cruz. If Pitbull Cruz still ends up being the next opponent for Gervonta Davis, I will genuinely be disgusted, man. You know, I don't even want to see him fight Rayo. I look at Rayo as the weak link of 140 amongst the champions right now. It just so happened that, you know, Pitbull was the fight that, you know, was the easiest for him to, you know, capitalize on, you know. But, you know, nah, bro, I don't want to see Pitbull fight Tank next. Pitbull need to go get his ass back in the gym, probably take his ass back down to 135 and go get some smoke down there and try to pick up a world title down there. You know what I mean? 140, he ain't had no business being there anyway. It was just that Rolly was easy work, and he went to go punch on Rolly and grab an easy belt. I don't want to see Pitbull and Tank rematch. I never want to see that fight, period. There's too many big fights on the table. There's a lot more meaningful fights than Rayo at this moment. You know, it's not my number one option, but I'd rather see William Cepeda fight Tank. I'd rather see Shakur Stevenson, of course. That's one of the biggest fights that he can make in boxing right now. Yo, this dude Sandswell is a fucking comedian. He said, my nigga, show that clean kitchen of. You all set, bro. I didn't see not one cucaracha run by. So much respect. That clean house, apartment, condo, mansion, whatever you're in, good shit. Well, this is a big-ass apartment that I just moved into in March, man. Yeah, my kitchen is clean. I don't play that shit, man. I keep my house real nice and clean. I ain't going to really show y'all too much, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, my kitchen is clean. I got some dishes right here or whatever. They'll be clean, you know what I mean, in a little bit once I get up off of here and shit like that. But yeah, this is a brand new apartment, bro. I'm the first person living here, and yeah, this is a brand new building. Actually, this building was just built like 2 years ago, and they just started moving people in early this year. And I was the first one to actually live in this building. There's multiple units, but I'm the first one living here. So yeah, I don't play that shit, bro. I'm definitely not rich though. Don't say that. Don't say that, Coffee Play. I'm definitely not rich. I'm okay. I'm definitely not rich. I mean, hopefully YouTube will be the reason why I become rich, though. You feel what I'm saying? When I get that commentary, you know what I'm saying, I get me some get a little world champion in my stable and shit like that. Hopefully I could come back and say that. But I appreciate all the love, man. Sans was a fucking comedian, though. Shout out to him. My Boricua brother. You feel what I mean? But yeah, man. So we spoke about everything. So let's get into some, open boxing topics. Like I said, I'm going to post a link right back here. You know what I mean? Right. If you want to come through and you want to talk, chop it up with your boy Mazuma TV, then feel free to come through and show love to the channel. You feel what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, let me do this real quick. This is probably going to be a shot in the dark, but fuck it. Let me, you know what I saw that was funny as hell? It was pretty much overshadowed by everything that was going on in boxing yesterday. Did y'all see Teofimo Lopez? Did y'all see Teo Sr. try to run up to Terence Crawford while he was walking to the locker room? I'm like, yo, this dude Sr. is such an attention whore. You such a dope fiend. Like, you just got dope fiend characteristics. Like, you cannot control your impulsive reactions. You cannot control your emotions, bro. It's like, if you tell me that Teo Sr. never done a drug before, you would be lying to me, bro. You would be lying to me. The dude is like, and it's past alcohol. I'm sorry, like I know alcoholics and shit like that. This dude was on that good shit. You feel what I mean? Brain fried. That boy on that Oscar de la Passe. You see what I'm saying? Yo, Oscar, you listen. You know what motherfuckers is on that Passe, bro. Let the people know that Teo Sr. done cop from you. You know what I mean? You gotta let him know what was going on. He on that Angel Garcia shit. Yeah, Lorenzo said him and Angel split coke. Yeah, they definitely do. Senior been doing that Oscar de la Coca. That's a fact. He definitely be on that. But like, you try to run down on Bud, like you must not know who Bud is, bro. Like I ain't glazing the nigga or nothing like that. But you done been knocked out by motherfuckers like Keyshawn. That's his little brother and shit like that. Listen, man, stay away from these boxers. You don't got a chin. You can't fight. And you know what I mean? You need to keep that energy within yourself, my brother, because it's been shown that you've gotten beat up and done nothing about it. So you're not a tough nigga. You just like to run your mouth, just like your punk ass son. You know what I'm saying? So just leave it like that. Then I seen that, Terence Crawford had a post-fight press conference, and Teofimo Lopez was trying to invade the press conference. The security wouldn't let him in, as they should have. That's what the fuck security is for. They're there to make sure that no bullshit or no drama goes on. And if it does happen, they're the ones that de-escalate the situation and get shit back to a calm, normal level. This is what they get compensated for. And Teofimo Lopez is sitting there like, hey, man, this is the disgrace, man. They're like, where are your credentials? He was like, oh, man, I'm two-time lineal champion, man. I'm a Hall of Famer at 25 years old. That's my credentials, man. Man, this is racism. This is racism, and there's more than one form of racism. And man, shut your stupid ass up, man. You the last one. You the last one to be talking about motherfuckers is racist, bro. Don't forget about that racist rant that you had on that motherfucking podcast when you was getting mad because black fighters was getting more attention than you on Top Rank. Say facts if y'all motherfuckers remember that. Say facts if y'all motherfuckers remember that, bro. Matter of fact, say facts if y'all remember that. Come on, man. Stop it. So the security guard racist because he didn't let you invade Terence Crawford's press conference. Like, cut it the fuck out, man. You are a racist. Your dad got put to sleep because he was a racist. You feel what I'm saying? Let's not get into that, man. Let's really not get into that. He was like, oh, Top Rank can keep all their black fighters. They only care about black fighters. Bro, why are you singling out black fighters like Top Rank don't got European fighters that they cater to, that they don't got Puerto Rican fighters that they cater to? You just so happen to you just so happen to come from a background, Honduran, you're Honduran, I believe, that they don't support boxing. But Top Rank specializes in, promoting fighters that come from that supportive boxing, that have ethnicities that support boxing. They're great at promoting Puerto Rican fighters. They've done that for years. They're great at promoting Argentinian fighters, Mexican fighters. They're great at promoting them and great at building them up and bringing them to their fan bases. You feel what I mean? Which is why they kept Edgar Berlanga ass in New York. They keep Xander Zayas in New York and shit like that. Sometimes Florida. You feel me? Where they got a big Puerto Rican background as well. But Teofimo Lopez audience is really black people. You know what I'm saying? Puerto Ricans don't back him. Mexicans don't back him. Don't nobody back Teofimo Lopez like that. So his audience is really just like the regular minorities that come out of the U.S. You feel what I mean? But somehow, some way, he's jealous that black fighters are getting attention, and he wants to separate himself from them. When little does he know, Top Rank treats him like a black fighter. It's like, and then you just go out of your way, bro. Tio, like he's delusional, man. And at this point, it's like these dudes, I don't know what's up with these motherfuckers, man. But it's like as soon as the pandemic hit, these motherfuckers went cuckoo, bro. I don't know if it was this goddamn vaccine. I don't know what it was, but it's like, yo, mental health issues is like at an all-time high, bro. We see Ryan Garcia going crazy, snorting coke and drinking and talking crazy about Bud, but nobody really paying him no mind, so he getting angry. Teofimo Lopez over here about to shed tears because they not letting him inside a press conference and calling people racist when him and his dad have a history of being racist. Come on, dog. This shit is insane. Like, you got to make it make sense, my brother. Like, this shit really not adding up. Boxing Film said, world getting crazier every day. Yeah. That's a fact, my brother. I don't really know what else to say about that. Like, I don't know. These dudes just genuinely need help. Yeah. Tio got that double shot of Moderna and went wild. Yeah, bro. Something really wrong with these dudes. Yo, what's going on? Teach, your mic is muted. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on, Mazuma?
What you got going on, man? How you feeling?
Good. And salute to the chat as well. I just wanted to touch on the entire card, which was like 9 hours too long. That was crazy. But
speak your mind, my brother.
I mean, I came in when YSM was on stage, so I guess I missed a portion of the live.
Okay.
But I mean, overall, good card, good event, long as hell. I want to start with Andy Cruz.
Okay.
I thought he did his thing. With 4 fights in now, I think he's looking very good. And in this fight, I mean, he went through a little bit of adversity, but he pulled through. I think he got that left hook, I think, to his face that landed, and he was kind of buzzed during the fight. But I mean, he got it himself and he pulled through. And I think like his overall stats, like he landed like 40% of his punches, which was hella good. I don't think you should ever go in a fight with a mindset thinking that you want to knock out somebody before another person, because I think his goal was to knock out Moran faster than Devin Haney did. Okay. And he ended up getting a stoppage 1 round later. But same outcome, the KO. So Andy Cruz, good fighter. I think yeah, he's moving at a good trajectory right now. And then what was the next fight after that? The Big Baby fight. What I wanted to say about that fight,
it was the Morel and Hot Rod fight.
Yeah, the Morel and Hot Rod fight. That fight was a good fight. I mean, nothing much to say about it. I thought Morel did his thing the entire 12th round. But what I wanted to say is that I think he was also looking for the knockout. And I don't think you should go into a fight looking for a knockout. You should just let it come. And he, just like Benavidez, he didn't get the knockout. In terms of who looked better at 175, I would say Benavidez impressed me more at 175 than Morel did in this fight. Just because
Benavidez had the better opponent.
Yeah, and he showed out more against that opponent.
Yeah.
And then with the Anderson fight, one thing that I wanted to say about that fight is he switched coaches, right? trainers.
He's I forgot who he was with, but he's with Sugar Hill now.
But if you notice with his old trainer, right, Anderson didn't move as much as he did. Like he pulled back a lot, which is terrible. Because at any time, if a guy has a long reach, he could get hit. But I noticed during this fight that he was using his legs a lot more, which is a good sign. I think that's the right direction, having a lot of movement, but it doesn't take like one camp to learn that, which is why.
No, you good? Go ahead. No, that's me. My fault.
I think the movement that Anderson displayed was going in the right direction. But it doesn't take one. It's not going to take one camp like to learn that. So that's what I thought. That's why I thought that's one aspect of what Sugar Hill taught him, which I think that was good.
I think Big Baby had the right idea. I think he had the right idea on how to approach the fight. I thought he used a pretty good jab. He was jabbing to the body real well. But at the same time, man, I just think it was an uphill battle overall because of the size difference, man. That's a 300-pound man that he's in front of. And, Jared Anderson was landing some good shots up top. He was landing some good body shots as well. But Boli did not look phased, bro. It did not look like Jared Anderson's power bothered him at all. And whenever, Boli decided to let his hands go, it had an effect on Jared, whether it hurt him right away or it didn't. The uppercuts was doing his thing. The straight right hands was snapping his head back. And he just couldn't take what Boli was dishing out. So I think in all honesty, size definitely played a factor. The punching power was a little bit too much. And, Jared Anderson got some defensive flaws that he admitted during his interview. And hopefully he goes back to the lab and he doesn't rely on his reflexes that much. And he practices his technique. You know what I mean? Rely on his skill set instead of his athleticism, because your athleticism can only take you so far, especially when you're an undersized heavyweight.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when you're going up against guys like Boli who don't even have to turn their punches over in order to hurt you, you got to be very sound defensively and pulling straight back with your chin in the air. And, that's only going to take you so far. That might be able to get you over them C-level dudes and, stuff like that, like those guys that they might give you under top rank and shit like that. But when you're going up against the elite guys, you gotta change things up and you gotta be more, conscious of your defense, and you gotta go about things the right way. You feel what I mean? And you think he would have learned more from getting clipped against Charles Martin, but I guess because he won, he felt like he didn't need to change shit. Hopefully, this is his sign to change things up and get a defensive specialist on his team to really tighten up his defense so he could be ready for these bigger guys the next time around.
Oh, facts. I mean, you said everything perfectly just now.
Mm-hmm.
The size played a huge role in that fight. Anderson couldn't move him with his punches. And the lack of defense. He still needs to work on that a lot.
There's a question right here. Coffee Plant says, who you want to see Jared fight next? That's a great question. I would like to see Jared just get back in the mix, man, get back on the winning column. I could really care less on who it is, or somebody's like undercard and shit like that. But, like I said, prior to the Boli fight, I wanted to see Jared Anderson versus F.A. Ajagba. That was a fight that I really wanted to see. You know what I mean? I think he should step back from, the Gerald Miller fight as of right now because, Gerald Miller is a big heavyweight too. That's another 300-pound dude. And I don't think that should be really something he should jump back into right away. That might be a little bit too much for him at this moment. What Jared Anderson should be doing is getting back in the winning column. First of all, just relaxing because, obviously he was concussed. So get your proper rest. You know what I mean? Chill, lay back for like a month or whatever, and get back in the lab, start tightening up some things. And, get somebody that's a decent level guy that you could, work on things against. And then from there, you should be getting back in the mix. I would like to see Jared Anderson versus F.A. Ajagba. I would love to see that fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I would give him personally. I would give him like 2 more fights before he tries to get back into the mix, because he definitely has to learn a lot on the defensive end, and that's not going to take one camp to figure out. It's going to take multiple camps.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, listen, Jared Anderson is young, so he got some time to burn. You feel what I mean? So, yeah, definitely get as much fights as he needs. You know what I mean? Maybe one fight is a little bit too quick considering he got a new trainer. So maybe he needs to develop more chemistry with his trainer Sugar Hill just to get an understanding of the Crunks, like their teachings and shit like that. So, yeah, definitely give him as much time as he needs. And, I think that Jared Anderson got a bright future. I know I've seen a lot of people saying that, American heavyweight boxing is fucked and shit like that. I think it's a little bit too soon to say that. You know what I mean? Let Jared Anderson, learn from this, loss, and he could genuinely become better off of this. So we'll see. We'll see for sure. What did you think of Ryo and Pitbull?
So I picked Ryo to win, and the reason why I picked Ryo to win is because Cruz, he only has one style, and in this particular fight, I mean, I've seen some interview of Ryo. I've seen some interviews of his trainer, and I pretty much knew for this fight that Ryo was going to be focused, and he was going to box him.
And they were very
And
confident. They were
yeah.
very confident. Yep.
hmm And so I just knew that would happen. And it was just an easy fight for Ryo. It's an easy
Yeah.
fight for Ryo.
It was a masterful game plan, man. Like they were on point. Karma says, and I think this was in regards to Jared Anderson. She said, I don't think he should be taking big steps for his comeback fight. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He definitely don't need a big fight to come back to. I think he needs to, go back to the drawing board, like I said. And I think he just need to spend a little bit of time in the gym. No fight date or whatever, just focusing on tightening things up. Going back, even though it may bother him, watch that motherfucking fight footage and all that stuff. You feel what I mean? Learn from it, keep building, and get with the program, man, because these these heavyweights there's a lot of big heavyweights. What if they offer him a fight with Zane? You feel what I mean? You got to be ready for them type of situations. Yo,
What's good with it, man?
what's going on? What's up? Talk to
Ain't
me.
shit, man. First time on your channel, man. Salute to you, boss. I'm D Young.
Salute.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
you.
Yeah, he talking about the card last night, man. It was definitely a hell of a card, man. Like, I had the biggest upset on the card was Bacoli and Anderson, man. Baby got a lot of work to do, dog. He still have trouble getting away from punches, and his feet got stuck in the mud with that big dude, man. I feel like Gerald Miller got robbed. I definitely believe he beat Cruz. I mean, not Cruz, Ruiz.
Ruiz,
And,
yeah.
I mean, shout out to El Rayo for putting on a good boxing performance. Played Matador to a bull on Pitbull Cruz. That was definitely a bad matchup. I said that coming into the fight. Valenzuela 5'10", Pitbull Cruz, 5'3", 5'4".
Is Ryo that tall?
Yeah, right. Or he every bit of 5'9" or 5'10". I'm going to just give him 5'10", but I think he could be 5'9", 5'9" and a quarter, 5'10". But yeah, he definitely was way taller than Pitbull.
You could clearly see the size difference in that fight.
Yeah. And now to the main event, yeah, man. I mean, I definitely had Bud winning 8-4, 9-3. And if you had it 7-5, that's okay too, man. Just I guess this 54 could be his cap, man. You know what I mean? But definitely was his first fight. That guy was pretty tricky, man. And a lot of people didn't give this guy credit, really didn't know much about him. You know what I mean? But he had a real irky jerky style. He definitely broke Bud's timing. Bud couldn't get no rhythm, because of the movement and everything. And shit. One thing we definitely can kill the narrative is that Bud ain't got no chin, man. That nigga took some good shots from this dude.
Took some flush right hands.
Hell yeah. You know what I mean? But I definitely had Bud winning. He definitely neutralized MADRIMOV as well, though, because, the thing that I did see in a couple of MADRIMOV fights is that MADRIMOV loved to shoot those long, like, it's like a run-in jab. I don't know if you know that. Like he's like a run-in type of jab. Like he like to come in, run, and that way later on in the fight, he will want to feint with that jab and come over with those patented right hands. And Bud did a good job of blocking those overhand rights, man. But you know, he was definitely susceptible to the straights, but he did a hell of a job of blocking those rights. And MADRIMOV couldn't really get that jab off, so that's why we really couldn't see the patented stab jab or feint jab to the body over the top with that overhand right, man. But you know, he did it. He did a good job, man. Put on a good performance. I give him a B- for his debut. But and I'm gonna pass the mic after this. But yeah, he got to be active, man. I think either he need to get back in the ring either in December or early January, because you don't want him to be out the ring this long. Because you know, like they say, Father Time has a hand on everything, man, and it could be around the corner if he wait too long to get another fight. So he definitely got to get back in the ring either January or early 2025.
Okay. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes,
Yo, so we got somebody else that's on the stage. Sean will hold the phone. What's going on?
What's good?
What's going on, my brother? Talk to me. What's on your mind?
Chilling, man. You look like Jason Tatum. That's first thing. But
Yo, I
I'm gonna
shit all the time.
Word of mother. Word of
I'm
mother.
fucking with you. But no, man, we got to remember that Bud was stepping up in weight. So everybody was thinking he was gonna keep that streak alive, including me, including all of the big names, all of the people that I'm in a couple of film study groups and stuff like that. Everybody was thinking it was gonna be a knockout, but he's stepping up in weight. And same thing what happened to Darrell yesterday. I mean, not Darrell, Morel yesterday.
Morel, yeah.
He was stepping up in weight yesterday. He didn't get the knockout like everybody expected. Plus, he had the sun in his eyes most of the fight, but that's another talk, another time. Now, Bud looked good though. B minus, I'm gonna say like a B plus, A minus. I wouldn't necessarily go with a B minus. You know what I'm saying? He stuck to his own game plan. He wasn't about to go crazy and just like he did in the 12th round when he came out super aggressive. He couldn't do that the entire fight because again, he's stepping up in weight. It's somebody that's relatively new. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of experience. He had over 300 amateur fights. So, that's how they do them Europeans. And like Loma, his first and second fights was title fights because he had, 500 damn amateur fights, more like 220, I think it was, but still, he had a lot of amateur experience. So I'm gonna say B plus, A minus. You know what I'm saying? He still did his thing. He ain't stepped on the gas. He ain't smashed the gas like he's supposed to. But expect it.
Okay. Now, in terms of him not stepping on the gas, why do you think that was? You think he was respectful of MADRIMOV's power, his strength? Why do you think that is?
Respectful, but not out of fear, just out of
Being smart.
experience and right, exactly, out of just experience, that veteran experience, and know better than to come into a division and think your power is just going to translate. You won't know until a few rounds, maybe a few fights. You know what I'm saying? You really won't know, depending on who your opponent is. And it's like he was hitting MADRIMOV with some shit, and MADRIMOV was reacting as somebody that was he was reacting as somebody that was like respecting Bud's power too. So Bud definitely got power to translate, but it wasn't enough to really knock him off his rocker. So yeah, respecting his power for sure, but not because he was fearful of anything like that. Bud know better, and Bud got a beard himself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, can I just elaborate on what he said? Yeah, nah. What he said on the second part was definitely accurate, man. And in that 11th round, he hurt MADRIMOV because that's why MADRIMOV started to tie him up. And I also saw that in another thing coming into this fight, I knew Bud wasn't gonna be able to like kind of wrap him up like he wanted to, because this guy is also a medalist in Sambo. That's like an art of judo. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, this guy was definitely strong, man. I definitely give it to him. His footwork is really what shocked me. Him able to turn Bud. I never seen Bud get turned before, and he was able to turn Bud a lot in this fight. So this guy is hell for anybody at 54, man.
I mean, I think the MADRIMOV's unorthodox movement, the way he throws his punches, Bud had to be cautious of that. So I think that's why he wasn't reckless.
Yep.
He was like Benavidez mixed with Fury's Herky jerky head movements and you know, his unpredictable style, and then Benavidez his shitty ass footwork. Like that's what I saw last night.
And I mean,
I
I was pretty much saying,
I would kind of. My bad, bro. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
now I was gonna say, I was pretty much saying, I'm watching this fight on TV, and it's like I didn't know what Madrimov was gonna do next. So imagine like I'm in my mind like Bud's in the ring, and it's like he must be feeling that as well. It's like, oh man, that was crazy.
Yeah, it was hard. I could tell that it was really hard to pick up on Madrimov's timing because he was doing all these sudden movements, and I even seen him like smacking his gloves together and shit. He like, like he keep giving you the impression that he about to do something, and then out of nowhere he just boom, like he'll just shoot the right hand real quick, and you know it was really hard. He don't telegraph his shots, and when somebody don't telegraph their shots, it's really difficult to see exactly what they're gonna get off. And with the sudden movements that he's doing, it's hard to tell what the hell he's looking for or what he's gonna start his combination with. It was just a very, very difficult style, and I think just based off of that alone, I think that he'll give a lot of people at 154 problems. Specifically speaking, I was thinking about like possible fights that Madrimov could take. I think him versus Brian Castano would be a hell of a fight. I think Madrimov versus Erickson Lubin would be a hell of a fight. I want to see Madrimov. I don't think he should get discouraged, his team, anything like that. I think that he needs to get back in the mix. He didn't take much punishment, you know what I mean, which is a great thing. His face is on, you know, whatever. But like in terms of being concussed or, you know, anything like that, I don't think he really suffered too much.
I don't know.
Nah.
Them two uppercuts in the 10th round. In the 12th round.
No, I'm saying like
uppercuts in the 12th round might have concussed his ass.
Yeah,
regardless, what I'm trying to say is he didn't get the shit beat out of him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to see him take like a long layoff or anything like that. I want to see him get back in the ring amongst the top 154 guys. And I think that he'll hold his own with a lot of them dudes. I think that he could really do some damage at 154 and possibly get another title, you know, if he's put in the right position.
I think if you take Bud to come back to is Zoo. I think him and Zoo will be a good fight.
That's a great match.
That's dope.
I fuck with that matchup.
But matchmaking.
I was gonna also say, you know, I heard what Joel Diaz was real life mad after the fight, but at the end of the day, you know, I understood why he was mad, but he was telling Madrimov, hey, I need you to pick it up, throw the jab. I need you to throw the jab and didn't go in, but it's a credit to Bud, and that's why Bud never went orthodox, because he knew that going orthodox, he was gonna get greedy and try to go to the body and throw that overhand right. So Bud staying southpaw really negated his jab, and it also affected Madrimov's timing as well. So what Joel Diaz was telling him was right, it's just he couldn't do it. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? But credit to this. Oh, go ahead, bro. My bad.
Oh no, my fault. Go ahead, finish your point.
Oh, but I was just gonna say this, but you know, credit to Joel Diaz though, because he knows Bud Crawford well. You know, that was Timothy Bradley, old coach, and then he fought Felix Diaz, who Joel Diaz had trained at the time. You know what I mean? So credit to these guys, man.
Yeah, man. He could tell Joel has been trying to craft up a good game plan for a while to get Bud up out of there. For sure.
According to, you know, backing up on what you said a second ago, Mazuma, I think we got to give Bud even more credit. Like you said, dealing with somebody that's relatively new. You know, he only got 11 fights, so it's not even a lot of film to pick up on him. You know what I'm saying? It's not really too much film study you can do to see what his weaknesses and deficiencies are, because you bring something new to almost every single fight. So it's kind of, you know, hard to pick up on his tendencies and stuff. And then when you got that irky jerky style, that's hard to pick up on anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, somebody like that, you know, no experience. Well, I ain't gonna say no experience, no film, no professional film experience, because it's, you know, the AMs and professionals is two different types of styles. So, you know, when you don't got you know, too much, you know, to go on, and then on top of that, you know, like I say, he's not telegraphing punches, which is, you know, only the smartest fighters know how to get away with being like that. You know, it was a tough fight for Bud. I think we gotta give him more credit than we do.
Right. Shout out to the Netric Banner. He said, "What's up, man? I'm about to become a father." And did you see Tio acting like a hoe to get Bud's attention? Congratulations on being a father, man. I'm a father myself, man. Being a father is a beautiful thing. So, you got a great experience coming soon. Definitely might give you some headaches here and there, but it's absolutely worth it, man. Shout out to everybody that do everything for their kids. You know what I mean? Shout out to fatherhood. Did you see Tio acting like a hoe? Yeah, I did. I spoke about it a little bit earlier too. Tio was like crying racism to the to the white security guard because he wasn't allowing Tio to intervene with Bud's post-fight press conference. Then I seen Tio Sr. try to run down on Bud when he was walking to the locker room. Just a lot of like weird shit that they got going on, man. What do y'all think about Teofimo's antics, man? Do you think this dude need help? Like what's going on?
Nah, he don't need help. He need his ass whooped. And just let me go on ahead and say this real
That
quick.
might be help.
He want to sit up there and clout chase off Bud, but bro, you ducking Brian Norman Jr., bro. Like, cause Top Rank got a card in September that was the fight that him and Brian Norman was gonna be on. I don't want to hear nothing from Teofimo, man. This nigga's a fucking clown. He want to talk about somebody. Like, didn't Steve Claggett give you 2 camel hoods over your motherfucking eyes?
Yes, he did.
I can't stand that bitch.
The thing
Sorry,
is,
bro, my bad for the profanity.
The thing is, Tio is not going to get the fight any other way. So the only thing that they have to do right now is to do what Tio Senior is doing, and that's pull up on Bud. Like, I'm not mad about Tio Senior pulling up on Bud that way, because I mean, Bud pretty much did the same thing. Like, he pulled up on Tio after his fight at Medicals, right? So he's pretty much showing the same energy. He pretty much wanted to check Bud's temperature after that fight. So I'm not mad.
Come on, man. You know, damn, we all at least moderate, boxing minds here. We all know that he don't want to fight no fucking Bud. He just wants to attach his name to Bud to, build his name up and get the bigger fights. But he don't actually want a Bud fight. Like, he don't want to end his career that soon. He going through a divorce right now. He ain't trying to end his career. He still need that bag.
Yeah, nigga still fighting in the theaters, man. Fuck out of here.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. If you fighting in theaters, what business you even got talking to me, bro? Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yo,
you would never, if the tables was turned, Tio would never even give a motherfucker the time of day. Like, what are we even talking about, bro?
He not even trying to give Keyshawn the time of day.
You know what I mean? And Keyshawn gonna get in his ass, and Keyshawn ain't the toughest at that division, but Keyshawn gonna get in his ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
Keyshawn to get Eddie.
Exactly, because Tio don't like movers. Tio don't like guys who don't stay in front of him. We didn't seen this before. He don't know how to cut off the ring. His footwork is terrible, and then when you get a guy in front of him, you couldn't even get him out. So we don't want to hear this. If you want to do something great, don't be like Regis, who I fuck with. Don't be like Josh Taylor. Don't be like them guys. Move up to 47 and go get that smoke. You got boots.
I mean, we fuck. My bad.
Oh, my bad. My fault. Go ahead, CG. My fault.
I was gonna say we fuck with Tio too. It's just, Tio, like you said, he don't got no big following. I heard somebody say it before. If you Honduran, there is no big Honduran following, and there is no big city. There's no city that has a big Honduran following. So there's really nowhere for him to fight to have, a big background. You know what I'm saying, or a big following. People that's gonna fly to the city to come see you.
Before the Claggett fight, he said that his next fight was going to be in Honduras, and Top Rank shot that shit down. They was nah, nigga, go ahead and chill in Florida real quick.
Yeah, we can hardly get Florida to sell out. Fuck, we look like flying overseas, taking all these cameras and shit. You know, it's your mind.
That's just
being real.
Yeah, man, the Honduras don't really got a history with boxing. So, Top Rank, they specialize in, whatever you are, we're going to make sure your fan base is backing you. We're going to put you in a position where your fan base, you know what I mean? They lock in on you or they come out to see you. That's why they keep Xander Zayas.
That was you that said that. Yeah, my bad. That was you that said it earlier.
You know what I'm saying? They make sure that, and they always make sure the Puerto Ricans fight like during the Puerto Rican Day weekend, the parade and all that shit. The Mexicans, they always had them fight against other Mexicans, and they'll do it like in a place like Arizona. You know what I mean? They always got Valdez fighting in Arizona and shit like that. And you know what I mean? They good at, bringing certain fighters to their demographic or whatever you want to consider their ethnicity or whatever. Teofimo Lopez is Honduran. He's not Puerto Rican. He's not Mexican. He's not Argentinian. Top Rank does not know what to do with him. So what do? They treat him how they treat the other fighters that like black fighters and stuff like that. They literally approach him the same way, which was why I was so confused as to why he was attacking black fighters. Do you remember when he went on that fucking rant talking about he's top ranked black fighters?
Yeah.
Bro, they literally treating you the same way that they're treating them, and you're mad that they getting some type of attention. I think that he feels like he's inferior to black fighters. He don't want to ring with no black fighters, which is why he was on the podcast talking about I'll never fight Shakur Stevenson. And the reason why he said that was because he respects Jay Prince. Like, bro, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit.
Yeah,
ain't nobody trying to hear that shit, bro. No, say the real reason why. You don't want no smoke with any type of slick black athletic fighters because they expose you every single time. You fought Jermaine Ortiz, who was fucking Puerto Rican and Dominican?
Yeah,
he was giving you a run for your money. Then you go and fight some dude from Spain, Sandor Martin. He boxing the shit out of you, having you touch the earth every time he catch you with a check hook, shit like that, bro. You not like that, bro. So I see why you don't want, like, you going, and those guys are like B-level fighters. No disrespect to them, but you know they not amongst the elite. You don't mention Sandor with the Shakurs and the Devs. You don't mention Jermaine Ortiz with the Shakurs and the Devs and all them other dudes. So imagine what they started that. Imagine what they would do to you. I see why you don't want that smoke, man. So
yeah, that's why he don't want to move up to 47 either, because that power ain't translated at 40. Yeah, he knocked out Camper. You know, he stopped Camper in his first fight at 40. But yeah, that's why he don't want to go up there and deal with Brian Norman, because he know that shit ain't no easy out. He know he gonna get fucking stopped.
Back to what you said though, we should be mentioning Jermaine Ortiz's name in that. You know, he got robbed he got robbed in that TO fight, and he got robbed in the Loma fight too. If you actually go back and watch the Loma and Jermaine fight, he won. And after the fight, Loma came over to his corner and gave him the belts, because even Loma knew that he lost that fight. Jermaine really had been on the short end of the stick twice. Like, that's really not one of my homies. Like, I know him, but like I really fuck with him. I fuck with his style. You know, they can call him pillow fisted or whatever the fuck, but you know, that's just a style of fighting. It ain't always got to be knockouts. Like, he ain't got no tread on his tires, and he been in there mixing up with the best in these divisions, and they gave both of them a run for their money. So like, I feel like he a little bit better. I feel like he should be mentioned, but that's besides the point though.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point.
That's for sure. I just, you know, Teofimo Lopez, he real confusing to me. Then, you know, I think a lot of people stopped paying Ryan Garcia attention, so he's just been going crazy since then. Because I guess, like, you know, like the whole Devin situation died down and shit like that. Nobody talking about Devin much anymore. They're not talking about Ryan. So now, like, he's having like these mental episodes, and he's been talking crazy about Terence Crawford, saying that Terence Crawford's a bum. You know, Terence Crawford ain't fighting nobody, all this crazy shit. And it's just like, bro, I'm gonna let y'all speak y'all piece, but just let me get this shit off real quick. Ryan, you are literally the person that you're describing Bud to be. You're a fucking bum. Let's just get this shit out the way. You got some good hand speed, you got a good left hook, but besides that, there's nothing much to you. So that's one. Skill set as a fighter, you're not that, right? So in terms of fighting anybody, Ryan, and the whole leader, you are the product of good matchmaking. Golden Boy matchmake you real well. They didn't put you in there with nobody notable. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen you have performances against low tier opposition that a lot of people overlooked. I remember the Jason Velez fight. You was looking a little shaky in that, John. Luke Campbell, you know what I mean? Luke Campbell, you know, he fought some dudes and shit like that. But, you know, I seen him put you on your ass, and you know what I mean? You know, it is what it is type shit. Then you go up in your first big fight against Gervonta Davis and you quit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You quit. I've seen people in worse circumstances still be able to get up and, you know, they go out on their shield, or sometimes they even come back to win the fight. Then you got another big fight with Devin Haney, and you do everything in your power to have some type of advantage. Whether it was, you know, I heard about the illegal IVs. I heard about you said that you purposely missed weight to have an advantage. Then you get caught with multiple substances in your drug test. But, you know, they only considered it to be Osterine that you was getting caught with on multiple occasions. So you had two big fights in your career. You quit in one of them, and then you got caught cheating in the other one. Who the fuck are you to ever talk crazy about somebody who's arguably an all-time great in Terence Crawford? Who the fuck are you to even speak on that man's name? Y'all are totally two different levels. You are a flunky in comparison to this man. I don't give a fuck how much money you made. So, you know, but of course, Ryan Garcia don't think logically right now. His brain is just filled with cocaine and liquor, whatever the fuck he get into. So I don't expect him to really think about things sensibly. You know what I mean? But I was just looking at that and I'm like, bro, this dude is like begging for attention, just begging for somebody to like give him any type of love. He got a lot of shit going on, man. What y'all think about that?
I want to go first. So he a flunky and a junkie. We're just gonna start with that. I study psychology a little bit, and they call that a histrionic narcissist, or just a histrionic personality type. Actually, that's somebody that has to always have some type of attention, good or bad. You know what I'm saying? They come and want to spoil parties and spoil shit. So like every time Tank fight, and at the end of the fight, when Tank supposed to be celebrating, that's why you see Ryan hop on the ropes with "No, fight me, bitch," and always wanting to jump in the ring and say he has to have spotlight on him, or he's not going to function correctly. Again, back to what I said about back to what we just said about T.O. Ryan don't want no fucking bud fight. That's going to be the end of your fucking career, bro. You're going to be a stepping stone into that. Like, he don't want no fight. Like you said, against a quote unquote pillow puncher, Devin. I don't believe that. I'm a fan of Devin, and anybody that knows his career knows that he hurt his arm back in 2019 and never really gave it time to heal. He got right back to fighting top level fighters. So that's why he doesn't get the knockouts like he used to get back since 2019. Like he tore his fucking arm in that fight. He tore his shoulder in that fight. But anyway, against somebody that's been going through all of this stuff, being called a pillow puncher and all of that shit, you still, like Mazuma said, had to take all of these different ways to get an advantage, you know, and still barely got the damn decision win. You know what I'm saying? Barely got a decision win with 3 knockdowns. So like, you know, he definitely tested positive for Osterring. People say it doesn't matter because it was Trace and Mouse. They're just fucking idiots because they don't realize what the IV played a part in. It was flushing out the rest of the shit that was in his system. And even the little bit that he had in the system was more than fucking New York allows, period, point blank, in the discussion. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he had it in his system anyway shows that he needed an advantage. And there was still, if you remember what I think it was Coppinger that said this shit, there was still another substance that he tested for that they still don't know what it is, the name of it, or none of that shit. We just keep letting him off the hook with the Osterring thing. And he just laughs it off. You know what I'm saying? And go back on another racist rant or homophobic rant again, needing attention to divert it from the steroid shit and just get everybody looking left so that they don't keep looking at the main, you know, to the main fucking subject. Like, he's a fucking bum, like you said. He hasn't fought nobody. At least when everybody's talking shit about Devin, oh, Devin got rocked by Linares. Linares still out here. Where the fuck is Luke Campbell at? Where the fuck is that guy at? Anybody? Anybody tell me what Luke Campbell is doing these days? The nigga that
Eating
put,
tea
you know
and
what I'm saying, Ryan
crumpets.
on his tush. You know what I mean? So yeah, Ryan is a you know, anybody that follows Ryan is a fucking idiot. Like, I've made my mind up a month ago, and I've had to like literally let my friends down on this. Like, I don't want to talk to y'all. I don't want to come to y'all's podcast because y'all are casuals when it comes to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in film study groups with actual real fighters and former champions in there. Like, I got no business talking to y'all like y'all know what the fuck is going on in this sport. Well, y'all know what's going on in drugs, you know, with drug cheats and PEDs and shit. Like, they don't know nothing. They just wanted to see Devin lose so bad. You know what I'm saying? And was happy when this dude that cheated the sport, cheated the fans, cheated Vegas, only got a year. Like, he only got a year because of how much money he brings to the sport. Like, if this was about integrity, he would never be fighting again. You know what I'm saying? But since everybody's a fucking dick eater for Ryan right now because he beat up Devin, cheated to beat up Devin, you know what I'm saying? They're giving him a pass. And, you know, like you say, he ain't shit. He don't want to run. He don't want no Bud fight. Bud will literally obliterate. Bud is about to be the first 3-time undisputed. He will literally wipe this nigga Ryan off the face of the earth that day. Are you?
Anybody else?
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, man. You know, it's like my mama used to say, what a clown want? Attention. That motherfucker in the circus, man. I don't, anything he say ain't valid. Like you said earlier, bro, you quit against Gervonta Davis after a body shot, which probably was hard, but like you say, I done seen people in worse conditions get up than that. You know what I mean? I don't take this guy serious. He's an Instagram model. You know what I mean? He just need to go ahead and just model for Maybelline or whatever you're doing, bro. You a clown, man. You a disgrace to boxing, bro. A disgrace, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And that's why I'm gonna draw the line at. Respectfully, fuck him.
Pretty much the same thing with me. So there are actually 3 guys in boxing that I call clowns. Like I don't like AJ. I don't like Tyson Fury, and I don't like Ryan Garcia. So right now, Ryan Garcia, he's just trying to stay relevant in the media and pulling all these shenanigans. I think what he should focus on is pretty much the next fight. Oscar had a poll for. When he comes back, I just think he should fight Virgil Ortiz and get knocked the hell out. That's it.
Oh, okay.
No, that's kind of rewarding the bad behavior. You don't want to do that. You want to get him in there with somebody that's gonna give him work, but don't you give him a B-level fighter when he comes back from his break. I mean, that's how they punish you in boxing. They put you on a hold. It's like they doing with Tio right now. You want to talk shit? All right, we got you. We got you. It's like they did with AB when he kept biting the hand and feet and they kept putting his ass on layoff. So you're gonna put him on layoff. You bring him back with a B-level fighter that's literally tailor-made to whoop his ass.
I don't want to see him get knocked out, and I know Virgil is going to do it.
Yeah. But that's still rewarding and giving him a big payday.
Hey, I just want to say, appreciate you letting me on the panel, big dog. Man, I got to get back on the clock, man. Mazuma Boxing, that's your name?
Mazuma TV.
Mazuma TV, man. I definitely be tapping into you, man. I appreciate you.
All right, my brother. You have a blessed day.
Have a good
Y'all
one.
too.
All right.
Man, be well.
All right. So I pretty much spoke on everything that was needed to be spoken about on this live. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna start paying attention to the chat real quick. My apologies for not really paying attention.
Did you talk about Jared?
Yeah, we spoke about Jared Anderson. We could touch on that again. So pretty much, Jared Anderson went up in there against Martin Bacoli. And like I said earlier, man, in the prediction videos that I made, one of them I wasn't able to post up. I'm mad I didn't post it up. But I was saying how, it's a 50-50. You know what I'm saying? I was saying how it was a 50-50 and that I wouldn't really put too much stock in I've definitely went and betted on Jared Anderson because I understood the threat that Martin Bacoli was. And I did see a lot of flaws in Jared Anderson's defense, man. I thought he relied more on his athleticism than his actual like technique and skill set. You know what I mean? Because there is a difference between the two. And I did see the size difference, man. It was pretty significant, between the two. And I knew that Jared Anderson was gonna have a tough fight, whether he came out on top or not. And just looking at the fight, man, Jared Anderson, doing the things that he usually do, pulling straight back, and foot with. Had like his feet stuck in the mud, was just playing his feet with Bacoli for no reason. He had success in spots, but even then, like he was landing some good body shots and good shots up top, and Bacoli wasn't phased, man. He was absorbing the shots with, effortlessly. And every time Bacoli let go like a series of punches, it either had an effect on Jared Anderson or it was putting him on the canvas. So I just think that he was just overmatched at this point, and then with him not paying too much attention to the skill set department, him not paying attention too much to like his technique defensively, I think he paid the price for it. So yeah, man, Jared Anderson went out bad in this situation, but he is a young fighter, 23, 24 years old. He a couple years younger than me, so he got a lot of room to grow. It all depends on how he approaches things, moving forward. If he allows it to get to him, then he'll continue having these types of performances. But, if he realizes that, he could become better off of this and go back to the lab and tighten up on some things, he could be dangerous for whoever he faces in the future. But what's imperative is that he goes back into the lab and really prioritizes his defense, because that's what literally cost him in this fight. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So hopefully he picks, like I said, hopefully he hires some type of I understand he was Sugar Hill and stuff like that, but I don't think that his specialty is defense. I think that he needs to find somebody who prioritizes defense or is a pretty good defensive, coach, and just lock in there. If he don't got no fight date, he need to take his ass to the gym like he got a fight date and continue perfecting his craft. You know what I mean? He got a lot of room to grow. And as long as, this ain't going to be the only big heavyweight that he faces. I mean, what if they offer him a fight with Zhang? What if he end up getting that fight with Gerald Miller? He's going to have to be ready for them bigger guys that's going to look to apply pressure. And I'm not going to go out with one shot like them dudes he was fighting on them top-ranked cards. So, that's my overall thoughts on that, man. That's what I think.
You can go first.
Go ahead, Teach.
I mean, I spoke on it earlier. Again,
Oh yeah, you've
yeah.
been on here for a while.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For me, like weight matters in heavyweight. I think leading up to this fight, a lot of people were saying Bacoli was slow, but the dude has fast hand speed. I mean, he showed it in the fight against, even with that other prospect from Paris. Fast hand speed plus power. That's why the guy didn't want to engage with him and ended up losing. And he showed it in it. He showed it in this fight as well, and knocking Anderson out. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Sean.
I think his game plan was messed up, man. I think he had a jacked up ass game plan because big guy like that, it sounds counterproductive, but you actually do want to get inside with him because after the Charles Martin fight, like you said, I realized that he got to work on his defense and his conditioning. He's not used to going the deep waters because he's used to knocking them niggas out, kind of early. So when you get into them later rounds in them fights, you know what I'm saying, you got to really pull from somewhere that you ain't never known. And in that Charles Martin fight, that's why he almost got dropped at the end because he had never been there. He wasn't expecting, for somebody to still be smashing the gas like they was in round one, and that's what surprised me. So as soon as like I said, after the film study groups and everybody was giving their predictions, and I put in my bets. None of my cards or none of my lays had Jared winning. It was either a draw or I had Bacoli winning on points. I didn't think he was going to get the knockout because I thought that Jared would be a little bit more athletic and move around a little bit more, or he was going to be smart enough to get inside. If a motherfucker got an 82-inch arm reach, why are you trying to stay on the outside of his jab? That don't even make no sense. Like, even when you think you out of reach, you probably not out of reach, bro.
So he's 6'6" with a 6'10" reach. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, bro. Something insane. And you 290 on top of that. So that was 30 pounds more plus 4 inches. As soon as I seen it, I said, this reminds me of Tyson Fury, bro. As soon as I saw it, I said, this reminds me of Fury. And I instantly, I never put Jared on any card just winning. And I'm from Ohio, bro. I got mad love for Jared, but I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm not no biased dick eater. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, damn, this don't look good for him. Whenever Turkey got these cards going, they definitely want to overmatch our people. We call it overmatching, but really this is how fighting should be. It should never be house fighters versus cupcakes that we kind of know is going to, take it. So, yeah, once I seen that advantage, I'm like, I don't think he's going to win. I don't think he's going to come out on top, but I wasn't expecting a knockout. I thought he would be wiser to get up close and not let him extend that reach. You know what I'm saying? Not let him get behind that power and, sit behind it and do what he got to do. But he wasn't smart. And then on top of his athleticism, he don't stand right in the ring. He's still flat-footed, even though he is not athletic. So, I think that also played a part into it.
But you know what else is dangerous? If he chose to take that inside approach, that motherfucking uppercut.
Yes, that's what I was about to
Yeah,
say.
because he got caught. Yeah, he got caught. But that goes
be on the inside, but you gotta keep your head off the line. You gotta be from right here,
off that center line, right?
Come off right here, dig, come over, boom. But he wasn't doing that. He was staying in the same direction, and that just allowed Bacoli. He'll get some shots off, then he'll sneak the uppercut right in between, and it was just a.
No, you're right. I was just about to rebuttal with that. If you're gonna get inside, you have to be somebody that works inside like that and knows how to keep your head off that AB line or whatever, off the A line, I think it's called. And then he backed straight up, like I said, he backed straight up to get out of danger, which is also not good because once the person comes across the center line, you got to be moving to the side or duck and dip or something like that. You can't just be moving straight back, especially with somebody with a 82-inch arm reach. Like, that was a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. Yo, Oscar, what's going on?
Yo, what's good, bro?
What's going on, my brother? How you doing?
Doing good. Salute to the nation. I'm just trying to let one thing off, bro.
Go ahead.
I think Ryan Garcia is personally a hoe. As a Mexican myself, nobody accepts him, bro. No real Mexican looks at Ryan like a real boxer, bro.
He not la raza.
He not raza. He not raza, Holmes. He not raza.
Everybody say he not raza, man. Everybody say that.
He knows no Spanish, bro. He grew up in corny Victorville, California, gang. Like, nobody respects Ryan out there.
Man.
I'm all the way in Minnesota, bro. We hate on Ryan heavy. Like, he's not raza, Holmes.
Man. There y'all have it from a full-blooded Mexican.
All the little novice amateur boxers that have one fight, they'd be like, "Oh, hey, Ryan, this and that. He's good, bro. You seen B. Haney, like, motherfucker, he came in overweight. He was on PEDs. Like, he's not like that, bro. I keep telling them, bro, but they don't listen.
Man,
I hate Ryan, gang. I
he's
just had to let that
literally
off.
the definition of a one-trick pony, though. Like, he literally has nothing else in his bag.
Yeah, literally, just that one hook, and that's it, man. No other skills, no other attributes.
Yo, that's fucking hilarious, bro.
Yes, sir. I just came to let that off, Mark.
Bro,
Salute to the nation.
come on anytime, man. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, say that. Peace out.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna slide out too, man. Y'all be cool.
He came on, doesn't say that. He just dipped.
I'm about to slide out too, man. It was good talking to y'all boys, man. I have been wanting to get up here for a while, man.
Hey, man, likewise. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, I'll be out in Philly sometime soon. I told you we starting the gym up here in Columbus. I'll be out in Philly sometime in the next month or so. So,
all right.
It'd be nice to.
Where you gonna be at?
I mean, I got a little joint out there, man. I'll be messing with. So, I'll be. I mean, you know who Breadman is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got some connects with Breadman out there. He got friends with him on Facebook. I'm trying to come out there and do some business with him too. So, like I said, I got a little gym I'll be posted up at when I get out there. So I'll try to chat with you some point.
Will you be at Schuler's?
I mean, I don't know. I just met him. I just met Breadman for real.
Oh yeah, Breadman usually be at Schuler's. That's West Philly. Yeah, I know him pretty well. Yeah, that's
and
my
you
guy.
North Philly, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna try to tap in with you at some point when I get out there.
Hey man, listen, I'm at Pivot Boxing Academy, PIVOTT Boxing Academy. I'm there on the regular. You know what I mean? 5:30, whenever. That's when I usually be in there. Feel free to stop by, man. I'll be in there.
You on IG? They on IG Pivot?
Yeah, that's my IG right there. That's scrolling past. Mark.
No, I'll follow that. I'm saying it's Pivot on there.
Oh yeah. Pivot Boxing Academy all together.
Okay,
PIVOTT.
I got it.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
Philadelphia. All right, brother, man. Y'all be well, man. Good talking to both of y'all.
All right, man. Have a great day, man.
You too.
You said, isn't J-Rock West Philly? Yeah, J-Rock from West Philly, yeah.
All right, I'm about to hop off too. So,
all right, bro. I appreciate
you. Salute to the nation who's always in the chat supporting you. And I'll catch you on the next stream. Peace.
Salute, my brother. Yeah. That was definitely some good conversation, man. I think I'm going to end this off on that note as well. I mean, shout out to everybody that came through and show love to the channel, man. If you appreciate the great boxing talk, the great dialogue that we had on here with YSM Sports Media Teach, we had a few other people on here as well. You know what I mean? Oscar De La Paz made his special guest appearance on here as well. Didn't think I would ever hear him, but it is what it is, man. Y'all have a blessed, beautiful night, man. You know what I mean? If there's anything that pops up in the meantime, I'll be stopping through making a video as well. Shout out to the nation and the mob, man. Y'all hit the like button on the way out. God bless. Peace.